Tonight on Sports Buzz, the Lincoln Alices shocked Mater Dei in an upset last week. We'll have the highlights.
How are local high school teams faring so far this fall season? We'll find out.
And despite recording their first loss of the season, the Blazer volleyball team continues to rack up more tallies in the win column. We have all of the details right now on Sports Buzz. Thanks for tuning in to Sports Buzz. I'm Ethan Dotson.
And I'm Dalton Ewer.
The Vincennes Lincoln football team pulled quite the upset last week.
That's right, Ethan. Thanks to key turnovers and clutch plays, the Alices defeated the #1 team in Class 2A, the Mater Dei Wildcats 31-28. After Lincoln forced a Mater Dei turnover on downs, quarterback Xander Hunt ran the ball himself 76 yards for the game's opening touchdown and a 7-0 lead. Zach Steffi then foiled two more Wildcat drives with back-to-back interceptions of quarterback Mason Underlich, including one in the end zone. Luke Lindsay knocked a field goal to give the Alices a 10-7 lead. At the half, Daewon Gillis added a touchdown in the second half, and Xander Hunt found the end zone two more times, including the game winner with a minute to play. The Alices improved to 2-1, both overall and in the SIAC, and moved to honorable mention list in Class 3A with the win. Lincoln travels to Evansville Central this Friday for a 7:30 p.m. Eastern kickoff.
The Washington Hatchet football team has a rough start this year. The Hatchets are 0-3 after a stretch away from home. Coach Joe Morris says the rebuild process is still underway for the Hatchets.
For this season, we want to just continue to rebuild this football program here at Washington and keep developing our players. We've got a great program, 200 kids playing in Washington right now, K through 12. So right now we're taking all that inexperience we've had in the last year to rebuild on that and get better and win football games. So last year, we were an 0-9 team that had a lot of one-year, first-time players. We had a couple 2-year players. So what we want to do is move forward, spring forward to this new season. We had a number of kids come back, a number of kids that didn't come back, realized football wasn't their thing, and that's okay. But with the kids that are here really love football, want to be football players, but more importantly, we want to develop them so they have a good 4-year career here at Hatchet High. Well, there's a number of kids you could say. We had big play moments, but we had a really difficult schedule, which is good. We want those challenging schedules to work on our kids and develop them so we can get through the phase 2, the next 3 games, phase 3, the final 3 games and playoffs. But we had some kids that stepped up. We got a lot of inexperienced guys, young guys that are really learning to play their positions, do their jobs, do it very well. But we've had guys that rotated in that did fine for us. We're still developing. We're still in that rebuild process, and it's coming along nicely.
Washington has their first home game this week. They will host local rivals, the North Daviess Cougars.
And other area football games tomorrow night, North Knox will host Boonville in a 7:30 kickoff. The Warriors suffered a 35-14 loss last week to Tecumseh. The Pioneers picked up their second win last week, beating Heritage Hills 20-16. They are now 2-1 this season, while North Knox is 1-2.
Princeton will host North Central in battle of winless teams. The Tigers have had 3 tough games, including last week's 42-7 loss to Mount Vernon. The 0-3 Pike Central Chargers will entertain the 3-0 Southridge Raiders. The Chargers are showing improvement, but will have a big test against the undefeated Raiders. Forest Park will look even their record as they play at Tecumseh.
While Jasper looks to bounce back from last week's 41-14 spanking by Evansville Rights as they play at Bosse. Over in Illinois, Lawrenceville will host a conference matchup against Newton. The Indians are looking for their first win, while the Eagles are 1-1. Red Hill will have a Saturday afternoon contest where they host Walter Christian Academy from Melrose Park. The Salukis are 1-1 on the season.
Last night at South Knox, the volleyball Spartans got the best of White River Valley 3-1. Addie DeLille led the way with 15 points, 9 kills, and 28 assists, while Jaylene Grimio added 8 points and 26 digs, and Olivia Hamilton chipped in 14 points to 10 digs and 1 ace. South Knox lost the first set but had little trouble in the next 3, only allowing the Wolverines to reach 20 points in the 4th and final set. The Spartans moved to 5-5 and head to Linton tonight to take on the Miners.
3 of the 4 county high school volleyball teams were in action on Tuesday night. At Alice Arena, Lincoln gave Jasper all they could handle, but the Wildcats prevailed in a tied three-setter, winning 27-25, 31-29, and 25-17. Ariana Gherkin paced the Lincoln offense with 10 kills. Maddie Collins had 14 assists and 10 digs, and Allison Beckford tallied 21 digs, 8 points, and 3 aces. The loss drops the Alices to 7-8 on the season and 2-2 in the SIAC. They play again tonight at Princeton.
Across town, the Patriots picked up a straight set win over Evansville Christian. Reveille won 25-17, 25-16, and 25-19. Kennedy Fry recorded a triple-double with 12 points, 11 assists, and 10 digs. Mary Herman led the team in kills with 12 to go along with her 13 points and 6 aces. Reese McBee also reached double figures in kills with 10. Allison Hainsley added 17 assists. The win moves the Patriots to 9-5 on the season, and they play again tonight when they host blue chip conference foe Northeast Du Bois.
It took 5 sets, but North Knox escaped with a win over White River Valley. The Warriors were down 2 sets and rallied back to win the next 3 to pick up their 6th win on the year. Alex McKinley had a big night, recording a quadruple-double for North Knox. She had 17 kills, 28 assists, 17 points, and 14 digs. Brianna Collins also had a great stat night with 27 assists, 16 points, and 11 digs. The Warriors host Shakamak tonight.
And now an update on a story we featured last week. The Reveille High School volleyball team hosted their cancer fundraising game, Playing for a Purpose, which will benefit the local community. Patriots head coach Jill Ballinger has announced that the team raised almost $7,000 for the event. That money will now be given to the Good Samaritan Foundation, which will distribute the funds to Knox County residents who need assistance in their fight against cancer. The team would like to thank the community for their support in making this event such a success.
A Knox County and Blue Chip girls soccer matchup went the way of the South Knox Spartans. Morgan Alderton got her first hat trick of the season, and Jaslyn Jones added 2 first-half goals as South Knox shut out Reveille 5-0 Tuesday night. Keeper Lily Reynolds added a save for the Spartans, who improved to 3-3-1 on the season and 1-2 in the Blue Chip. The Patriots dropped to 2-4-1 on the season and 0-1-1 in the conference. Their only shot on goal came from Nia Dame in the first half. South Knox is hosting North Knox tonight in another county and conference showdown. Reveille, meanwhile, returns to the pitch Saturday at 2 p.m. as they host Evansville Harrison.
In other soccer scores from the week, the Lincoln girls soccer team tied Washington Catholic last night 3-3. Maya Miller scored 3 goals for LHS. Madeline Grube recorded 8 saves in goal. The Alices will be back in action next Tuesday when they host North Knox.
And boys soccer action, Jasper shut out Lincoln on Tuesday 9-0. Jonathan Soldering tallied 14 saves for the Alices. Lincoln is 0-4 on the year and will host North Knox Saturday evening. South Knox remained perfect on the season with a tight 1-0 win over Pike Central. Jackson Thomas netted the lone goal for the Spartans. South Knox will be back in action tonight with a conference game at Shoals. In girls golf yesterday, Jacqueline Steiniger shot a 46 and Caius Mills a 47 as Reveille played Washington. The Lady Patriots did not have enough for a team score. Cheney Clark of Washington was a medalist with a 44.
North Knox finished second in a triangular at High Point Country Club in Bicknell. Bar Eve won the match with a score of 187. The Warriors finished with 203, followed by Eastern Greens 226. Brooklyn Sturgeon led all Warrior golfers with a score of 45. North Knox hosts Washington and North Davies today.
Tuesday's results saw Trendy Doves having the best match of her career, finishing first with a 4-under par 31, as South Knox claimed a triangular meet at Cypress Hills. The Spartans won with a score of 180, followed by Princeton's 213 and Pike Central's 227. Lincoln golfer Macy Sexton competed as an individual and finished second of all golfers with a score of 36. Also for South Knox, Bethany Williams shot a 44, followed by Tori Thompson's 48. The Spartans will next head to the Bloomington North Invitational this Saturday, while the next team event for Macy Sexton and the Alices will be the SIAC tournament, also on Saturday.
In high school tennis action, Lincoln fell to Sullivan last night by a score of 4-1. The lone win for the Alices was at number 1 doubles as Caden McCrary and Jaden Ray won in straight sets. South Knox lost a conference matchup to Bar Reeve. The Vikings shut out the Spartans 5-0 for their second conference loss of the season.
Both teams picked up wins on Tuesday. The Alices rolled over White River Valley 5-0, winning in singles play where Gus McCrary, Jaden McCarter, and Luke Hall and the doubles team of McCrary and Ray and the number 2 team of Joel Sanders and Jared Goff. South Knox shut out Pike Central 5-0, winning in singles play were Nathan Robbins, Hunter Severs, and Caleb Evans. On the doubles side, Noah Hayden and Tanner Holland won at number 1 doubles, while the number 2 team of Evan Draymond and Isaac True were winners.
The VU volleyball team is now 9-1 on the season after going 3-1 in the Owens Community College Tournament in Perrysburg, Ohio over the weekend. The Trailblazers lost their opening match to Richland Bland 3-1, but bounced back to beat Muskegon 3-1 and Lake County and Glen Oaks 3-0. Each tournament's stats for VU include Morgan Netcock's 20 digs against Richard Bland, Paige Parlanti, and 11 kills and 9 digs against Lake County, and then she recorded a double-double against Glen Oaks with 11 kills and 13 digs. VU is back on the court this weekend as they host the Blazer Classic, taking on Mineral Area on Friday and Ancilla on Saturday.
The Trailblazer cross-country teams opened their season at the Walt Crawford Open at Eastern Illinois University in Charleston. Despite facing tough competition from Division I schools, the women's team finished 5th while the men's team was 6th. Several Blazer runners had impressive showings at the meet. South Knox graduate Daisy Kennett led the VU women with a 30th place finish in a time of 20 minutes and 19.8 seconds. She was followed by North Knox grad Brittany Page, who finished 40th with a time of 21 minutes and 20.5 seconds, and Ada Peterman was 41st with a time of 21 minutes and 24 seconds. The men were paced by Matthew Kedney, who came in 33rd with a time of 26 minutes and 58.5 seconds, while former Washington Hatchet Matthew Gray and other South Knox product Trenton Faulkner finished neck and neck at 21 minutes and 41 seconds. Next up for the Blazer runners is the John McNichols Invite, set for Saturday, September 17th at the Laverne Gibson course in Terre Haute.
And that's all for this edition of Sports Buzz. For everyone here at Vincennes University Broadcasting, I'm Ethan Dotson.
And I'm Dalton Ewer. Join us again next week. Good.